Do you want your English to be C2 level? Do you want your English to sound confident and effortless? Then keep watching. First up, we have that's a stretch. That's a stretch means that's unlikely or that's exaggerated. You've exaggerated. That is not going to happen. That's unlikely. That's a stretch. Next, we have a very common phrase, fair enough. Fair enough. I use this one all the time. And it just means, yeah, I accept that. I understand that. I might not completely agree, but sure, I accept it. That sounds reasonable. You sound correct. Yeah, fair enough. Oh, I really don't like the beach. Fair enough. You don't have to go. Next, I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far. This is used to gently disagree with someone. Maybe someone's made a very extreme statement and you don't agree with that completely. So you say, oh, I wouldn't go that far. Oh, he is the worst manager ever. I wouldn't go that far. He's a bad manager, but he's not the worst manager ever. Next up, we have it's a bit much. Oh, it's a bit much. It means that is excessive in style, tone, or behavior. Have you seen what she's wearing? Yeah, it's a bit much. Next up, we have could have fooled me. So here's a little bit of sarcasm for you. In Britain, particularly, we love sarcasm. So this is a sarcastic way of showing disbelief. So the best way to explain this is with an example. He said he's given up drinking. Could have fooled me. I saw him with a wine last night. So you're saying, I don't believe that. You know, he could have fooled me. He said he's given up drinking. Well, he could have fooled me because I saw him doing the opposite. I don't believe that. She was really happy yesterday. Oh, she could have fooled me. She looks really upset. So we can either say could have fooled me, or you can put like he or you or they, you know, you can say he could have fooled me, you could have fooled me, but most of the time we just say could have fooled me. Next we have that's all well and good. That's all well and good. Now this sounds like a completely positive phrase, but there's a hint of sarcasm there. So we use it to say, yes, that is good. That is all well and good. But there is something else that we have to consider here. So yes, this is true and that's fantastic. However, it's not all perfect. There are other things that we have to talk about and look into. I know she's going on holiday next week and that's all well and good, but she still has to meet the deadline today. Next we have, that's beside the point. That's beside the point. It means that is irrelevant to the discussion. That is not important. We are talking about this. That thing, that's not what I'm talking about. That is irrelevant. That's beside the point. But he was tired. That's beside the point. He still broke the rules. What about this one? Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is used to mean, whoa, let's slow down. We are jumping too far ahead. We're getting too excited. Let's just slow down, calm down, everybody. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This video is going viral. We're going to be millionaires. Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Next up, we have take that with a pinch of salt. You might have heard this one before. Take that with a pinch of salt just means don't believe that fully. You can believe part of it, but don't completely believe that. My boss told me he was giving me a promotion, but I'm going to take that with a pinch of salt because he's told me that before and it never happens. So we usually use this when we're referring to people who often lie. So take what he says with a pinch of salt because he exaggerates a lot. Next, I want to teach you the phrase, if anything. So this one's a little confusing. So we use it when something that people may believe is true is not true, and actually the opposite is true. Huh? Let me give you some examples. He's not a liar. If anything, he's too honest. She didn't seem upset. If anything, she looked relieved. So you see how we're saying that the thing that you believe is not true, the opposite is true. So I'm going to say, if anything, the opposite was true. Next up, that's one way to look at it. Again, this is another way to show disagreement, like you're validating what someone says. Okay, yes, that is one perspective. That's one way to look at it. I think differently, but sure, if you think that, that's fine. So use this when you want to acknowledge someone's opinion or someone's thought or someone's perspective. She failed because she's lazy. Well, that's one way to look at it. What about this? That doesn't hold up. That doesn't hold up. If something doesn't hold up, you are doubting that it's true. It doesn't seem to make sense. The logic doesn't work. He told me he was playing golf, but that doesn't hold up because he didn't take his golf clubs with him. So use this if you are doubtful about a claim. Okay, I wonder if you've heard this one. It's not lost on me. It's an interesting one. I love this phrase actually. I use this quite a lot. We use this to exaggerate that I understand this fact. I appreciate this fact. Even though maybe I haven't said it, I do understand this. It's not lost on me. I haven't forgotten about it. Listen, it's not lost on me that we are very behind schedule. I know that. It's not lost on me just how much you helped yesterday, so I want to thank you. I really appreciate you. Next, we have for what it's worth. For what it's worth. Now, we use this when we want to offer an opinion. Often when that opinion might not necessarily be useful. There's a situation and you have an opinion on it, but you don't necessarily think that your opinion is going to be listened to or is going to be appreciated, but you just want to tell them what you think. So for what it's worth, I think you look beautiful, even though everyone else said you look awful. I think you look great. You probably don't want to hear that because you feel terrible right now because everyone said you look terrible, but for what it's worth, I think you look great. Next up, more often than not. More often than not. It's just another way of saying usually, but not always. So it's just a long, stretched out way of saying often or usually. I don't know why we need all those words, but you will hear native speakers saying this. Is he late to work? More often than not, yeah. What about this one? As far as I can tell. As far as I can tell. Or sometimes you might hear as far as I can see. And that just means based on the information I have, yes, I am guessing so, yes, based on my information, but I don't know. There might be information that I don't know that means I'm wrong, but as far as I can tell, yes. Or as far as I can see, yes. Okay, is everything ready for the party? As far as I can tell, yeah. This is a good way of sounding humble and not acting like you know everything. And it also kind of protects you because if they say, is everything ready for the party? And you say, yes, everything's ready, and something goes wrong, you might be to blame for that because you said that everything was ready. But if you said, hey, as far as I can tell, yes, you are saying based on the information I have, yes, it's ready. Next we have, it speaks volumes. It speaks volumes. If something speaks volumes, it means it communicates a lot, even without using that many words. It makes something very obvious, very clear. His silence spoke volumes about his disappointment. Like his silence said a lot about how disappointed he was without even saying anything. The amount of people at his funeral speaks volumes about the kind of person he was. It says a lot about how kind and great he was without using many words. And finally, we have that's saying something. We use this to exaggerate that something is surprising or impressive, especially when compared to high standards. This is the best pizza I've ever had, and that's saying something because I've eaten every pizza in this entire city. So it's like saying, trust me, what I'm saying is really unique and surprising and different. It's not what normally happens. Okay, so here's your challenge. I want you to choose 3 of these phrases and try to use them this week. See if you can put them into some conversation. If you don't speak English in your everyday life, try to write them down. Maybe try to write 5 sentences for each of those phrases. Try to use them, immerse yourself in these phrases. Then the week after, choose another 3 phrases and do it again. Then the next week, do the same thing. That's how you will embed these phrases into your vocabulary. If you don't use them, if you just watch this video and go, cool, thanks Laura, you won't use them. You need to start embedding them into your everyday life. Members of this channel will receive a PDF with all these phrases on it and some more. So if you want to become a member of this channel, click the join button when you view the channel on desktop. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like. You can follow us on Instagram at smashing.english. You can go to smashingenglish.com to see all of our amazing English courses. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Ta-ta!